guess what, Ari? You get to see your girl crush again.
What? Which one?
Oh, if you couldn't tell, we are going to be reacting to another Ginger song.
Yay, Ginger!
Yes, and it's been highly, highly requested for months now.
Yeah.
And it is Teacher, Teacher. I'm sorry, like so much money devoted to education and everything else, and it was just
so
pointless.
many issues with our educational system.
So many.
That I'm going to imagine this is going to be something like that. Like, you know, fuck our educational system.
Yep.
And all the injustice and issues with that. So, I guess we should find out.
Yes. So let's
What do you think it's gonna be? I don't know, let's find out.
Napalm.
Oh, wow. Oh.
I'm gonna chase on survival, so keep your eyes wide open. The young soul lost control, make your thoughts fall. This is my duty to set them bounds. She clapped my hand,
every time.
She gave me hints, I wasn't glow of the mass. I'm in the middle of the holy of holies. I have no worries. I saw the icons on the wall. I saw needles and stones. So she put a paper bag on my head. She pointed finger at me and then she said, dear Lord, forgive me as I'm slapping this sinful child. By your head I'm led, so I will show what is wrong and what is right. Choose your life because I'm merciful. Put your knuckles on the table, give my friends Pharaoh will punish you. When the prejudice let us down, we stay firmly on our ground. Don't let the school make a fool of you, because the teachers may be fools too. When the prejudice let us down, we stay firmly on our ground. Don't let the school make a fool of you, because the teachers may be fools too. Lost chalked on a blackboard can be erased until it gets boring. The lady spoke and then she choked on their convictions. Oh, so willingly. She made a pause in her verbal overdose. My paperback slipped down on the floor. I took a look around. There was no sanctuary. Desks empty. The school was all imaginary. Teacher, self-proclaimed preacher.
Oh my god.
Lack of welfare, no lectures not to bear. We need no soup shoved down our throats. So keep your monologues and write in every mouth. I am a bad example of order. This life is not a prison, and you are not a warden. Please, teacher, leave us alone, as we accept my lessons from now on. When the prejudice let us down, we stay firmly on our ground. Don't let the school make a fool of you, because the teachers may be fools too. When the prejudice let us down, we stay firmly on our ground. Don't let the school make a fool of you. don't scream to me, throwing shame on my face as I turn away from infamy and disgrace. I smile to you 'cause I want you to see how I break the rules in front of your Trinity. You don't scream to me, throwing shame on my face as I turn away from infamy and disgrace. Oh, I smile to you. I smile to you. I smile to you.
Nice.
Everything about that just gave me
That was
anxiety.
epic. Damn. I always kind of like it when, like, not all the time, but when the music video is like live performances, like a couple, like, you know, put together. I always think that's pretty cool because it makes it so that they can show like the best parts of that live performance, you know?
Yeah.
How about the jumpsuits? I'm really enjoying those jumpsuits. Her outfits are always so cool.
Because like this one, I like the simplicity of her outfits, or because it doesn't take away from the performance or anything, but she still looks like just a really cool person I would like to hang out with and like set something on fire.
Yes! Damn!
Not like I'm like about
I was
arson,
not
but
expecting that, but I'm really excited about
no, but
that.
that's the vibe she gets up. Like we would have drinks and then we would just light something on fire. That's
hilarious.
and I mean that in a good way. Like, it'd be fun.
Hilarious.
I'm not committing arson or anything like that, but you never did that as a kid, like just like light paper on fire. Just to
I
see
did
it
grow
burn?
up in Arizona, so
Oh.
they were very adamant about
Don't do that.
fire safety.
Gotcha. Well, me and my
Also,
siblings did.
my dad set a field on fire once, so
Oh,
we've learned at a young age that's a bad thing.
fire safety. Yeah, don't do that.
So no,
I'm just saying.
I will have a bonfire though.
Oh yeah, bonfires are cool.
Marshmallows and
My siblings and I, well, before we got in trouble for burning up the carpet that one time, which I didn't do it, I was just there and present for it. But my siblings and I, when we were younger, would like light things on fire just to watch it burn. And but in a controlled kind of way. Like, we're not trying to like burn the house down, but I don't know why we were obsessed with just like, oh, can we start a fire? Like, you know, anyway.
so I like how, you know, before we watched it, I was like, teacher, you know, like I cannot even begin to try to imitate her. But the part that I really did enjoy was teacher, self-proclaimed preacher.
Yes.
Like, that's cool. That's really cool. And so I did end up really enjoying that part.
I'm not even gonna lie. You know how many professors I've had, grad school and undergrad, and even high school, that thought just because they were teaching a certain subject, that gave them the authority on literally everything else, and they were not wrong. Like, just could not.
Yeah, that sucks.
Right? I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry, you're a math teacher. That does not automatically equate to politics. Or you can tell me what I can or can't do with my body, or be like, oh, abortion is bad, or do that. I'm like, you don't get to do that. Teach math,
That's a weird platform.
right? To like, that's what I'm saying, like preaching your ideals and whatnot on students. I'm like, no, do your job.
Right.
You don't get to suddenly dictate other shit. And also, don't preach. Do not preach to me and give me lectures on anything other than the material you're being paid to teach me. Anyway, that's my takeaway.
So I think I'm gonna guess Tatiana probably went to like Catholic school, or I'm that's just my thoughts that this is more geared to, because it sounds very familiar to me.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Catholic school, but religious upbringing, and I know a lot about Catholic school, so that's what it sounds like to me, especially in the beginning because she talks about open your Bible, and
Right.
So
I went to Creighton University for undergrad, and because my family was very insistent I had to, but I was kind of against it because they forced you, like, it was required if you wanted it to
Yeah,
pass.
it's like the religious.
Yeah, you had to take, like, reading the Old Testament. You had to take all these, like, Bible reading classes. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with what I'm going to do in my life. Like, absolutely nothing. But they push that, and they push it, and they push it. This is, again, where I'm coming from. Like, don't preach to me on anything other than what you're supposed to be telling me about. Like, I just came to get my business degree. I didn't come for religion.
I feel like it's more dangerous with, like, the younger generation.
Yeah.
You know, the younger, because college, like, you're through high school and you've already kind of developed a sense of self, whereas in, you know, elementary school, where Catholic school, like, is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's where, like, at least I personally have felt the effects of that. And that's why I feel like I kind of, like, relate to these lyrics, because it's like, I feel like it's more dangerous when you're, you know, molding young minds in such a particular way. It's like this particular religion and these particular beliefs, and I'm a teacher and I'm a preacher, and, like, you have to believe what I believe because that's the only way, kind of thing.
You know what's crazy is, like, when you mention, like, Catholic schools, even though they're supposed to be, like, and this is nothing against anyone that went to a Catholic school or anything like that, I'm just saying, but, like, I feel like the first thing you think of is just, like, really strict nuns, like, demanding you do, like, you behave a certain way, and, like, with a ruler, and, like, it just sounds, like, really forceful and bad, but I'm like, but the message you're supposed to be spreading
is like love and joy and
kindness, right, and acceptance.
Very, like,
but then you're, like, beating it into you that you gotta be this way.
And she mentions that too. It's like the paper bag on your head, the spanking, like,
right.
She slap or something like that in the lyrics. Like, it's all it sounds very familiar to me, reminiscent of how Catholic school was and maybe is.
Yeah.
The nuns and the very abusive nuns. So yeah, that was my first impression.
Right.
Was, you know, the Catholic school thing. So yeah, some of my favorite lyrics would be, "We need no soap shoved down our throats." No, thank you.
I feel like that has that happened to you before?
I had to wash my mouth with soap. So, but I was being a bad child. I'm not gonna say that was the right way to punish.
I mean, I got nothing.
You want to say mean things? You wash your mouth with soap. Like, what? Okay.
I mean, because I'm like, obviously, it didn't deter you from saying bad words or mean things later on in life.
Well, that's true. That was not. Yeah, it's not like I go around thinking, oh, I can't say fuck you to that person because I'll have to wash my mouth with soap.
Right.
Very silly. But so I enjoyed that line, and then like I said, teacher, self-proclaimed preacher, like and like the way she sings it and everything at those particular points is just so badass. It's so great. It's so well composed as always.
I don't know. And I don't know if this is just because, like, I feel in the other Ginger reactions that we've done or just the songs that we've heard, I like how it kind of starts out and then kind of, I won't say mellow.
Well, that's kind of how they go, right? She like brings it down, you know, so she's singing, you know, it's very melodic, and then she goes into
right, and then she just throws it at you, and then, like, initially when she started growling, which, guess what, guys, I said growling. I'm learning. But yeah, when she goes in, obviously, it took me shocked again, and then it's like all actiony.
Yeah, it's all crazy.
And then there's like a break, and then she goes back to singing, and I'm again like, oh my god, her voice is so beautiful.
I love the way they do that.
And then I'm like, I love the way they end, and then and then also I got scared with the mosh pit.
Oh, that was
like,
so cool. Do you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of, like, freaking scenes from Game of Thrones. Oh, like maybe Battle of the Bastards.
Right. Yeah.
So silly.
I mean, like, I get why it can be fun. I get it. But I am so triggered by the idea of, like, if someone just went BAM into me, it's just like my reaction is I'm gonna turn and swing. Like,
no, my night would not go over well. That would ruin my night.
That was great.
Once again,
Ginger's amazing. Tatiana is, what is she, Ari?
She's badass.
Yeah. If you hadn't had a chance to check out our other Ginger reactions, make sure you do. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you thought of the video, what you thought of the lyrics, what you thought about Ari having to wash her mouth out with soap. Stop saying bad words, Ari.
Yeah. Or your thoughts on the lyrics and Christian school, and your take on, once again, another masterpiece from Ginger.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for watching.
Yes.
See ya.